sports teams. And first off, it is the defending Division IV regional runners-up, the Buckettes of Buckeye Central, as I welcome in new head coach of the Buckettes, but a familiar face to the Buckeye Central community, head coach Phil Loy. Coach, how are you doing? How was your I almost said New Year's. How was your Thanksgiving?
Great. Ate too much, but it was fun just taking a day off and being with family, and so really enjoyed that.
Did you watch the game on Saturday? You a Buckeyes fan, Michigan fan?
I did. I did. But I was a little bit more interested in the game after that, though, too, with watching the Iron Bowl.
How about that finish?
So that blew my mind, and I wanted to throw my computer that I had on my lap when that finished. But both those games were great games.
And I understand why you're an Auburn fan. Your son was a quarterback at Auburn for a while, so yeah, that was just
both those games heartbreakers. So
I'm a Mountaineer fan. We won, but
yes,
I'm not going to get into that.
Yep.
But welcome and
thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Coach. Now it's time to introduce our players. First off, Junior Nevaeh Metzger. How was your Thanksgiving?
No, my Thanksgiving was really good, except when I went to my dad's side of the family, they forgot the Hawaiian rolls. So I had to go without.
Did they have any type of rolls? Or was
No.
It, no? How do you dip in your mashed potatoes and your stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what was going through their heads, but.
Man, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, things got better. At least did they have good pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The dessert, it was bussin', for sure.
Okay, good. And our final participant here on the Coach's Corner for this first half, Ella Evac, the senior from the Buckettes. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
What did you have for Thanksgiving? Do you have a full plate or you just pick a couple things?
I had a full plate. I fed my sister's dog a lot of food, though.
I think it's,
Probably not the best, but he liked it.
He's still living and everything, right? He didn't make him
Yeah.
sick, so hey, everything's good.
Food
You gotta give the
coma.
dog some love on Thanksgiving too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta give thanks to the animals. So, thank you all for being here. Let's start off with you, Coach, taking over for Coach Abram Cable, who is now at Tiffin University as a recruiting staff member up there. But you're the athletic director at Buckeye Central. But for the people that don't know who you are, which isn't a lot, but introduce yourself. Tell us, where you went to school, what you did coming up to here, and now into coaching.
Well, I'm a Buckeye Central grad a few years ago. So I've been at Buckeye Central
Probably
for
5-10 years, right?
five or six, yeah. Well, that wouldn't add up because I've been the athletic director for 7 years. I was teaching at Buckeye for 10 years prior to that. I was the head boys coach for 14 years and decided to step down the year after I got the AD position. And it was also the same year my youngest son was a senior, so I did both for 1 year. Decided it would probably be best to step away and focus more on the athletic director position. And then, ever since I stepped down, I always had the itch. Like, I'm always in the gym. You hear the ball bouncing. There's practice. The girls or the boys are practicing. I'm always in there. It's like, man, I miss this.
Yeah.
And this opportunity came up, and I thought it would be, a great opportunity. It's a great bunch of girls. Obviously, a lot of success in the last, especially the last 7-8 years.
Absolutely.
And I thought it would be fun to do. And my assistant coaches kind of convinced me as well. They said, they would definitely stay on board if I took the position. So they kind of helped convince me, and here we are. So heading into my first year, and so far it's been good. It's been great preseason.
That's awesome. And you played at Buckeye Central back 10 years ago, whatever. How did you do on the court?
Actually it was 1983 was my senior year. And so I hope one of your questions isn't how old I am. But
No.
Okay.
My question, was that the year they went to state or was it the year after?
We went to state my senior year
Your
got beat by Delphos St. John's in the finals. They were ranked number 1, we were ranked number 2, and that was a great team. Actually, 81 and 82, my sophomore and junior year, was regional final teams. And then in 83, we went to state finals and kind of laid an egg. Lost by 7 to a really good Delphos St. John's team. Both of us were undefeated going into the final game. And I don't know if you remember, they had the legendary Bob Arnzen was the head coach, and was there for many years and a lot of success. And then I ended up going to school at Shawnee State, and I ended up playing for his son, Jim Martinson.
Oh, wow.
So, and you know, a lot of, actually prior to that, I went to a junior college in Lima, and I played with a lot of guys from Delphus on that team. So there was probably 6 of us from that state final team that played together, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
Yeah.
So you guys have something in common. A lot of all 3 of you have been to state, and that's something that I guess you can use that, even though it's been so long ago, to your advantage of coaching, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It just, you know, honestly, I can remember that like it's yesterday. And just the memories, but the preparation and what we had to go through, the grind we had to go through day in and day out. We were picked middle of the pack that year, just coming off of 2 regional final years, and you know, we lost 2 really good seniors the year before that, and so they picked us like fifth in the league. You know, and it was a good league back then in Marion County, you know, with River Valley, Richdale, Pleasant, the Careys and the Mohawks, and, you know, obviously Colonel Crawford and Winford and us. But then, you know, we were fortunate enough to go undefeated, and we gelled. But I think the reason we gelled, too, was we were all friends. We were real tight. You know, our team talks a lot about family, and we truly were a family back then. And I think a lot of our successful teams were very close-knit and, you know, tight family.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Before I get the girls in here for our questions, we got to play Bean Boozled. It's a favorite game for our viewers, not for us, because we always get the bad ones. But y'all pick up your beans. I got one as well. Coach is going to take one as well. I either have like booger or jalapeno or peach. I know Coach has.
You tell me, I can't see it.
Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. Nevaeh has, I think, birthday cake or dirty dishwater. And then Ella has, I think it's either peach or barf. So on the count of 3, may the odds ever be in your favor. Go. I got a jalapeno for the 7th straight time.
Mine's good.
Hey, all right.
I got dirty dishwater.
Okay.
Never had it before, but I'm pretty sure it's dead fish.
Okay. Well, nobody's puking, so at least that's a good thing. Ella, since you're enjoying your bean, I'll ask you the first question. What are your personal expectations for this season? You lost, you know, top 5 scores, graduated last year to a regional championship 2 years ago. You're in state Final 4, so you know you've had that experience. But going into this season, you're one of the main players now. What is your expectations for this year?
I want to do good. I want to get a lot of rebounds and be a good leader to the younger girls because our team is very young. So I plan to be a good leader, you know, go through that with them. I mean, it's cool because I've always been the younger girl, and I've always been behind my sisters and like 5 seniors, like you said, and then 3, and then 2 my freshman year. Like I've just always been the younger girl, so it's cool to be the oldest one out there now.
Now, I know you guys, because you lost so many scores and everything from those last few teams, that people maybe not looking for you guys to be the favorites in the conference or even in your district, but what do you think you guys have? I mean, does that motivate you guys, knowing that you've done well for so many years, that, hey, I'm not going to, you know, we're not going to stop this run now despite who we have because we've been there?
Yeah, I really want to do good. I think the team does too. I mean, people think we're not going to be as good this year, and that makes me mad. So I want to get out there and go and prove them all wrong that we still are good.
Is that the same thought for you, Nevaeh?
Yeah, I mean, people doubting us only fuels the fire, wanting us to push harder at practice and, like, get after it so that we can come out strong for a season and stuff.
Is that something you can use, Coach? Like I just said, you know, you lose 43.5 of the 47.6 points per game average to graduation, and that's tough. But you do return some players that got some quality playing time. There's a lot of blowouts the last couple of years where some of these players coming back, they've had playing time. They played in 20-plus games over the last couple of years. What do you think some people, you know, thinking maybe it's not going to be the greatest season are overlooking that?
Well, you know, again, tradition, and some of these girls got a lot of quality minutes, JV level. I mean, we got some girls that didn't see varsity last year, but I think that will surprise some people. But these two and Grace Colleen are three returners that have played a lot. That they've been giving us quality minutes in the preseason and through our scrimmages and stuff. I like their drive. I like their desire, and their work ethic. And I know they talk a lot about trying to prove people wrong. People are, and nothing's really been out there, but you kind of hear things like, listen, Buckeyes, they're done. They're not going to be any good. And we kind of use that as motivation. So we'll see.
I always say to be the woman, you got to beat the woman. I mean, you guys are on top. You're still regional runners-up. You're district champions for, 6-7 years now. They still have to knock you off before they can say you guys are done. So even coming into that,
but that makes it tougher on us though too, because everybody's like, okay, this year we're going to get them. So we're going to get everybody's best effort, and that's great. Hopefully we give them our best effort too, and we come out on top. But I think I would think teams would want to beat us, obviously. So hopefully, it's motivation for us to work hard every day and just get better every day and then prove people wrong.
Without giving anything away to other coaches, what is your game plan going into this season? Are things going to change some things up, or are you just going to keep going what got you here the last few years?
We'll keep some things similar to what we've done in the past. What the girls are comfortable with. And that's why earlier when I said my two assistants are staying on board.
Great assistants too.
What's that?
Great assistants too.
Yes, and they've done an excellent job. They do a great job, and they know what worked and what really didn't. And they knew these girls. Obviously, I knew them too, but they knew them more on the basketball side, and so that's a big help. We'll throw some wrinkles in there of maybe a little bit of what I've done in the past that I thought was successful. But it's not like college where we gotta, this is my system. It's more or less, we gotta do what's best for, what fits best for our girls. And so, we'll see.
Girls, I'll start with you, Nevaeh. Knowing, Coach Lloyd, athletic director, he's around the program for so many years anyway, and having those assistant coaches staying on, how nice is it knowing that, you had a little bit of change with the head coach, but these guys, they trust you and you trust them?
Well, I mean, everybody thinks change is a bad thing, but change is not a bad thing. It's good because we have a new insight going in for our team, adding new stuff that maybe we didn't do as good as what we did before. And plus having Coach Oz and Coach Sade, they're really good coaches. They really help us, and they put in things that they catch that I would probably never catch before, when we're doing stuff.
Ella?
Shoot, I lost my thought. He's always been around, Coach Lloyd, so it's like a face that we see around the school all the time, so it wasn't something brand new that we weren't used to. And he was always when we went to state my sophomore year, he was there, so he's just always been around. And he was our teammate's uncle, so he's always been there. So
that was a fun trip too. I had a good chance to go down with you guys, and if anybody wants to see that on the OH.Report, we do have the video of the Buckeye Central State Final Four trip. They didn't make it to the finals, but still, that was a memorable trip, and it was a blast being down there. Also, I have had the chance to welcome everybody watching on the WQEL, the WBCO, Crawford County Now, and the OH.Report pages tonight. If you have any questions for the Buckettes or for the Bucks later, the boys basketball team, leave some comments, and we'll maybe ask them coming up. But a final question before our first game, Ella, or Nevaeh, actually. How have you felt preseason prep has gone on? I know because the volleyball season ran into the regional championship games, you're not playing your first game until tomorrow, but the preseason work, everything now that you're together with your scrimmages, how do you think you guys have been playing so far in the preseason?
Well, I think we've been playing pretty good. It helped us that alumni come into our practices and practice with us, so it shows us, some of them played at, the college level even, so it, helps us, just know at that level. And, I don't know. Dang it.
Shout-outs. Who's been back on the floor alumni-wise during the preseason?
Well, we've had Paige,
okay.
Taylor Ratliff.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we've had, Maddie Kimmel has come, I think, maybe.
yeah, she is.
And Riley's came too, yeah.
Ken.
Yeah. I don't have a good memory.
Feel free
you know,
to help out here.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, Coach. That's another great thing. How nice is it having a program, like you said, a family atmosphere where alumni is free to come back and help this team out, especially this year coming up?
Well, it's very helpful, especially with our numbers being so low, and for us to get good looks. They know what it takes to be successful, and like Nevaeh said, you get some that have played at the college level and that can come back and help us out some, and we hope to do more of that.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, we've scrimmaged them basically practices, but we kind of scrimmaged them late. But they do come into practice from time to time and give us better numbers, and it's good quality talent to go against that we might not see as good as them.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. I know you guys are here for the game, so let's play our first game, and it is a fan favorite. It's 10 spins. So up on the screen that you folks at home will see, number is going to be jumping around. Each one of you, you're going to say stop, and the number according to the question I will ask you or do something. So let's start with the senior. Ella, say stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Stop. Number 6. Ah, this is perfect. Way to start off. Your best impression of Coach Loy in a timeout huddle.
I don't even know. Ella, Grace, stop talking. Listen, pay attention.
I was going to put in there your best impression of an angry Coach Loy, but I was going to be nice. You still gave it to me. All right, thank you very much.
He's not mean.
He just wants your attention. You got to listen
Yes.
to him. He knows
My
what he's doing.
focus is hard. It's not there all the time.
Squirrel. All right, Nevaeh, when you're ready, say stop.
Stop.
Stop on number 9. Oh, an easy one. What is your favorite Pizza Hut topping?
Pineapple, obviously.
I was hoping pineapple
Ew.
works on pizza, does it not?
Yes, it does.
There's a lot of
It
people.
does.
Why are there so many haters that say pineapple does not go on pizza? Why do they hate so much?
They hate us because they ain't us, you know?
Perfect. Coach, do you like pineapple on your
I
pizza?
do. I
You
like
do?
Hawaiian.
Good answer.
Yep.
Good answer.
You're
Heck
giving me a
no.
there's
That's
a
so
hater.
gross.
There's not much on pizza I don't
It
like.
actually, it merges with. It's like having a good wine paired with like a steak or
Sweet
something
and
like
salty,
that. Yeah,
kinda.
exactly.
There
Kind
you
of
go.
cancels out like the acidity of the sauce or something like that. Anyway, I'm done talking fatness. Coach, your turn.
All right.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Let's stop.
Stop at number 8. Oh, another easy one. What is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Mine has to be the stuffing or the dressing.
Stuffing your homemade or stovetop?
Homemade.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big stovetop fan, but homemade stuffing's
Light on the sage.
okay.
Some people go heavy on the sage. Light on the sage.
Yeah. Real quick, girls, what are your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes?
Cheesy potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes. Okay.
I like the cornbread.
Cornbread. I had some good cornbread on Thanksgiving too. All right, back to you, Ella. Let's say stop whenever.
Stop.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
I was a little too quick to the gun. Now, whenever you're ready.
Stop.
We just did 8, so we'll keep going.
Stop.
Number 2. Oh, it is the holiday season. What's your least favorite Christmas song?
Oh, Christmas tree.
Really? You don't like a Christmas
No,
tree?
it's annoying.
At least you didn't say all I want for Christmas is you. That would have been a lot of angry Mariah Carey fans if they would have said that. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
Okay. Okay, we got some Bieber fever in here. All right, Ella? Or Nevaeh? Nevaeh? Jeez.
Hey, I do that in practice all the time too. I'll
Yeah.
look at her and call her something else, so don't feel bad.
Okay. Nevaeh,
Alright.
whenever you're ready.
Like, stop.
Stop at 3. You get to sing the school's alma mater.
What?
Onward Bucks, fight for your team.
Hey, that's more than I was expecting to get out of everybody, so well done.
That's impressive.
Was she on key, at least,
Yeah.
for
no,
that part?
Good. That was good. Really good.
All right. Coach, the final one.
Stop.
Stop at number 1. Oh, that's a good question. The best road venue to play at. What gym do you like going to play at?
UD Arena.
That's Isn't that is a cool? I like that. I like that. That is a sweet arena for. I hate the drive, but that's the perfect place for a state Final Four.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal to get there. So if you can play there, that's the sweetest there is. So
I like that answer.
I'll go with that.
I like that answer. All right, back to some questions. I'm actually going to take this off of our 10 spin, but I'm going to ask both the girls first. Ella, I think I got it right that time. What's your pregame ritual? I know you have some, like during the week you go through school, but after school, before a game, what do you do? The same thing all the time, or what do you do before a game?
Yeah, I normally go home, I eat a snack, usually Easy Mac.
Okay, I like Easy Mac.
And then I take a nap, and then I go to the school, try to get some shots up, listen to music, love music, and yeah, pray. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, that's a full pregame to get in there. Okay, Nevaeh, same question. What do you do after school and then?
After school, I usually like eat a snack at like our school like thing. Like after school, you can like buy some snacks and stuff. Like usually like a Lunchable and stuff.
Okay. There we go.
Or like an Uncrustable. I love those frozen. Those are good. Frozen.
Those are good. I'm a big PB&J guy, so when you don't have to actually make it and you give it right there, it's even better.
And then basically I take a nap and sometimes watch TikTok. And then sometimes like when we go on bus rides, I know this is kind of weird, but I close my eyes and I kind of visual myself playing on the court.
That's
and
not
like
bad at all.
what I'm going to come out and do, because like the scouting report, obviously it tells me like what I'm going to be on the court, what I need to do, and like how much I need to score. Like it all just like lets me know, and I can just like visual myself doing it. So like it happens.
That is a coach's dream right there.
love
Honestly,
it.
more people should do that. If you actually, those papers that coaches give you kids, actually go over them, because it will help you in a game, and even visualizing making shots, it helps out. And I think that's why the Cecils were so good at it at Buckeye Central and so many other players. It's because you take that little extra. It's not a lot, but you take that little extra, and it helps out. Coach, I know you've been away from coaching for a while, but you did coach the boys. You coached to a district championship as well. But what is your pregame ritual as you get out of school and into that pregame mentality?
Well, I will say it's not taking a nap. I could not sleep before
I
a
couldn't
game.
either.
I'm too like amped up, and even as a coach or a player. Now it's a little bit different, obviously, with my role as AD. I'm if it's a home game, I'm
You
making
gotta get
sure
the place ready too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and I'll have an assistant help with that, but it's like we just got to make sure everything's in place. But really, just go over the game plan. The last minute stuff. You have a list of things that you want to cover. And make sure you didn't miss anything. Make sure all the girls are aware of this, and this, and whatever. I know they don't want me to talk too much. They get bored with that, so you gotta talk in bullet points and not paragraphs, But
Cliff Notes version.
yeah. So, but yeah, just that last minute preparation. Just make sure we have everything if we're going on the road, and that's where good assistants and good managers come in handy. That they can take care of a lot of that, and you just working on last minute game prep and get on the bus or get ready. For the tip. Now with us not having JVs this year, it's a little bit different. You used to kind of get into the flow of things just going through a JV game, but now it's different. Hey, we're going to show up and we got to get ready, and it's game time. Now with no JVs.
Yeah, that is something that it's going to be interesting this year, because the girls are at the gym, you're sitting around, you're watching at least the first 3 quarters and stuff, but now you're getting to, is that something where you might get there a little bit earlier than you would for like a JV game? You get to let them get settled in a little bit longer?
Our plan is still to arrive an hour before our varsity game time. Now some schools, may have a JV game, like when we're on the road, they may try to find a JV game, and so then we would just have to sit and wait, so we don't get that shoot around that you do when you show up an hour before.
Yeah.
And the JVs and the varsity can shoot around before the JVs get ready for their game. But if there is no JV game, then that's our game plan, is that we'll show up an hour before and we'll get some shots up, and then we'll just get ourselves ready for half hour before to do the team talk and then get ready for warm-up. So yeah, it'll be a little bit different.
Yeah. Ella, You're a senior. You're one of the leaders this year. You're probably going to be the one that controls the speaker in the locker room or anything like that. But what's the locker room vibe going to be like tomorrow night before game number 1? What would you like the team to do? Anything special, or is it everybody's in their locker just getting focused, or is it going to be music blaring, a dance party? What are we going to have?
Oh, there for sure will be music. Definitely some rap. Yeah.
Favorite rapper that you play?
I don't know. Drake, maybe?
That's the right answer right there. Having some Drake ready. Nevaeh, what would you like to be here in the locker room before? What gets you pumped up before a game?
Gets me pumped up. I don't know. It has to be like the right song. I feel like I'm very not like up with the new stuff. So I guess like an oldie song would probably be good. Like not like a too oldie.
Little Eminem? What?
Yeah, Eminem.
Yeah?
I like Eminem.
Little Mom Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Knees weak?
Yeah.
Arms are heavy? Yeah. Hey, it works for me. That's what that was on my playlist back in the day when I sat the bench playing basketball at Bishop Donahue High School. Last question before we go into our final game of the night. Coach, just what are your expectations for this season? What would you like at least early on to see from these girls?
Well, they got big shoes to fill, and they're all playing bigger roles, so I just want them to be comfortable, understand what their role is, and just go out there and do your job. That's kind of what I've always said. Understand your role and do your job. And but I want them to just play hard, and good things will happen. I don't want to throw a whole lot at them. I want them to get comfortable with what we're doing, and I just want them to play basketball. So that's kind of the message tomorrow is, just to get after it, play hard, and let things happen. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Girls, your expectations for this season, especially early on. Nevaeh, I'll start with you.
So my expectations, obviously, like it's gonna be a little bit different since like not everybody on our team like played varsity minutes yet. So they're gonna have to get used to it, like just a faster pace and stuff, the way it is. But like eventually by the end of the season, I think that everyone will grow exponentially higher from like where they left off, like in the beginning of the season.
Ella?
Yeah, I agree with her. That was good.
And honestly, you know what? The district that Willard district, you guys have dominated it, but I think it's wide open this year as well, to where it may be the team that's peaking, that's hot at the right time, has a chance of winning it, and why not you guys?
There's a lot of parity, I think. Some years we were clear cut, some years it was us for Seneca East. But I think there's a lot of parity this year. I think it's up for grabs. And so, like Nevaeh said, I think if we continue to grow throughout the season, I think why not us?
There's the motto right there. Why not us? All right, let's play our final game. Then I have our mailbox question afterwards. But we're gonna play now on the same page. You guys have the placards in front of you. This is kind of like you older folk. It's like the newlywed game. I'm gonna ask something. The girls have to match Coach's answer. And now for this part of the season, we're going to go by teams. So like on the boys' side, when we do Boomers versus Zoomers, the school that has the most points gets bragging rights this year. So Buckeye Central, you're up first. If both girls match you get 2 points. And by the end of our winter season, whoever has the most points, hey, you can say you won on the same page. So we're going to start off. Got to match Coach's answer. It's a teammate you would not want to shoot a 3 in a game. All right, girls, show your answers first. Allison and Olivia. Coach, Allison, we got one. Why Allison?
She's a post. She's really tall. Yeah.
Is that one of those players, Coach, that you see her try to pull up for 3, you go no, 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 and then if she makes it, you go yes, yes, yes?
Yes.
One of those?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Okay. All right, question number 2. The teammate that takes the longest to get ready before a game.
Oh.
This would be tough for me.
This is not tough.
I haven't experienced this yet.
So maybe, okay, girls, show your answers. Ella? Yes! They now have 3 points. Well done. Well done. Why does it take you so? You have to have the hair done or what?
No, I don't know. I just sometimes find myself laying on the floor. Yeah, just take
Hey,
forever
whatever
to
helps.
wash-
If you put up 30 points that night, just keep doing that. All right. Question number 3 of 5. Who is the teammate that's the mother figure of the squad? Coach, start with you, Macy and Nevaeh. Okay.
Whoops.
Why Nevaeh? What do you do? Do you just like make sure everybody's good, ready to
I
go, or
just
what do you
feel
do?
like I mean, everyone always forgets deodorant. I have it for them. I mean, they forget stuff. I always have it. Like chapstick, I got it for you. I got you covered.
There you go. That's something
learned
you learned,
something.
Coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you forget something, you know who to go to.
Yeah, I got it all in my bag, you know.
All right, that is good to know.
That is good. Okay, the teammate most likely to forget something on a road trip. Like I left my shoes at the gym or something like that. I forgot my jersey. Who's that
You better
teammate?
get this right.
I feel like I should put something different than you so we like it's a backup, you know.
Yeah, but if you both get it right and he does, then you get double points. All right, girls, you turn it this time. Ella.
I'm not changing the answer, but I just put Ella for sure.
Ah, there we go.
I forgot to bring in my jersey like 2 weeks in a row, and he asked me every day. Yeah, I kept forgetting.
Yeah.
Hey, 5 points. You're looking good. Last question for you. The teammate that has the most pairs of shoes.
Oh, easy.
Coach, like
I'm
one
glad I
of
only have.
one of your
This is when I'm glad I only have 11 girls. To,
yeah one of those players you come in, you're like, you're wearing another pair of shoes today for practice, and something like that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I really don't notice shoes.
What's good? You're focusing on the game instead of the accessories.
Correct.
I like that, Coach. Girls, Grace and Mara, maybe Mace. Okay, Coach, turn it. Mara. Okay. I was gonna give you a half
yours?
point for the maybe,
Grace.
but we got.
I almost said Grace.
All right, so 6 points. That's a great start for you guys. Normally we have maybe 2 or 3, so that may be a score that stays in there. Before I let you guys go, we need to go to the Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion mailbox for one final question. And this is for Coach Phil. What are the biggest differences between coaching girls and boys basketball?
I think just how you can coach them. I mean, all kids are different, and maybe you can't get on them, some of them, as hard as you can with some of the boys. I know back when I was coaching, I felt like I was pretty hard, but maybe it's because it was my 2 sons that I was coaching.
That's
Maybe
true,
I was
yeah.
really hard on them. But I feel like I'm coaching them a little bit different, and not in a bad way at all. But I just think you coach them a little different. But I will say, like, these girls will run through a wall for you, So I don't feel like I need to yell at them as much as, or raise my voice as much as I have with maybe some teams I've had in the past.
I like that answer. All right, there you have it. The first half of tonight's episode, the Buckettes of Buckeye Central, the defending regional runners-up, looking to turn some heads and get back to a regional this year. Girls, good luck tomorrow, Coach. Good luck in year number 1 at the helm of the Buckettes, and we'll be
you.
rooting for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We will take a break, and when we come back, we will have the Bucks, the boys basketball team, here on the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion.
Good job, boys.
45, he's got one man to beat. Schiefer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Crawford County Now's Facebook page, WQEL, WBCO, and the OH.Report. We're here with Buckeye Central, brought to you by Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion. No one out-pizzas the hut like Bucyrus and Galion's Pizza Hut. Now here with the Bucks, the boys basketball squad from Buckeye Central. Introducing first-year head coach, but he's been an assistant on the squad for a few years, Chris Moyer. Coach, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
Great, thank you. Thanksgiving's always my favorite vacation, or holiday, excuse me. Just being able to sit around with family and eat and not have to travel, it's always nice.
What do you have? Full plate of Thanksgiving? What do you eat on that?
Pretty traditional. Obviously, I'm like Coach Lowe. Stuffing is my favorite, along with sweet potato casserole. Those are my two favorites.
I'm not a big fan of the sweet potato casserole. I don't like sweet potatoes, but I'll take the marshmallows off the top if that counts. But, anything like that. But what's on your Thanksgiving?
Turkey, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, broccoli, rice casserole, cornbread, roll. I eat a lot.
Hey, that's what Thanksgiving's for. You just got to take a long nap afterwards. You get any dessert in there with it?
Oh yeah, pumpkin pie, pumpkin rolls, pretty much anything. Yeah.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties, so we're going to take a quick break and come back and continue this conversation. We want to get everything right for you here in season 1. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
45, he's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH.Report.
here on the Coach's Corner. We thank you guys for holding on with us. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back, and the Bucks of Buckeye Central are here as well. Introduced head coach Chris Moyer as well as senior Heath Jensen. But now it's time to introduce senior Devin Seifert. Devin, how are you, and how was your Thanksgiving?
I'm good. Thanksgiving was good. Food was good.
Food was good. What'd you have on your plate?
Ham, turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, bacon.
How underrated is having ham during Thanksgiving? Everybody knows the turkey's good, but ham, it's a good side dish. Well, I wouldn't say side. Would it be a side dish?
They're all sides.
They're all sides. Yeah, they're literally all sides. You have a little piece of everything right there. But let's get into it. Coach, first for you, your first season as head coach. You've been with the Bucks for a while now, but introduce yourself. Where'd you go to school? Where'd you play? How'd you get to this point?
Sure. I'm Chris Moyer, obviously first-year head coach. Been at Buckeye Central for the past 5 years as an assistant coach. Previous to that, I was at Plymouth. That's where I got my head start as an assistant coach for 3 years there. Graduated from Plymouth. Played for two very well-known coaches in the area, Coach Hershey and Dave Hershey at Willard, and Brad Turson, who led Plymouth through his sons, led to a lot of success. Live in the area still, grew up in the area. Always been a high school basketball fan. Coach Hershey and Coach Turson took me to my first state tournament in St. John's when I was in 8th grade, and was hooked from there. You know, got the basketball bug from going down there for the first time.
Now, when I came to North Central Ohio to work, the games already were moved to Nationwide Arena. How was that atmosphere at St. John's? I've heard from multiple people that was like the mecca of high school basketball in Ohio, is making it there just because of the atmosphere, the fans, and everything.
For someone that's never seen it, I will tell them that they will never understand how good an atmosphere it was. I mean, it was a sellout. You were scalping tickets to try to get into the games, 13,000 people. Wow. And it was just an atmosphere, and the amount of good players that I've got to see over the years going down there is just phenomenal.
All right, let's get into it with some of the players now. Heath, you're one of the senior leaders this season. Just what can you do not only to help lead some of these younger players, but kind of turn around this program that hasn't been over 500 since 2015-16?
Yeah, we got a lot of young guys, and they're pretty inexperienced. Me and Jack are the only people with varsity experience, so they don't really know what it's like yet. And we just got to help them out, coach them through it, push them as hard as they possibly can go, because they can definitely go harder for sure.
Devin, what have you learned from them so far this season? I know you guys haven't played yet. You'll play on Friday, but throughout preseason, throughout your shootouts, things, what have you learned from these older guys?
I think just you got to push yourself. It's all from your heart. Just give max effort, and maybe it'll turn out good.
For you, you're going to be getting some more playing time this year. Just what type of game will you bring to the table for Buckeye Central?
I don't know.
What's your favorite thing? Do you like to be a spot shooter for three? You like to take it inside, drive?
Shooting and rebounding.
Hey, that's probably a coach's dream right there. You get some made buckets and a guy that'll go into the lane to get some scores. But speaking on that, just what are your individual expectations for this season?
I just want to play good, score at least 10 points a game, hopefully.
That's what we all want to do, right?
Yeah.
Heath, what about you? What are some expectations for you this season?
I'm the point guard, so not turn the ball over, and get the whole team set up for getting a good offense, and be a leader and score as well, because we need to score and shoot the ball as much as possible.
All right, Coach. Being your first year as head coach, just what's the coaching philosophy? I know you were an assistant for so long. Is that something you're gonna just keep with that system, or do you have something that you're gonna bring into this as well?
I think a little bit of both. Obviously, the last 3 years under Coach Howe, he taught me a lot, from under Eric Picklesheimer before that as an assistant at Buckeye. A little bit of everything, and I think a little bit of how I was coached. I don't think basketball is you're not reinventing the wheel. It's trying to learn from the team here a little bit of what direction we want to go. I have a philosophy how I want to play, but does that necessarily mesh with the kids that we have? So it's just trying to mesh those two thoughts.
All right. We're not going to let you guys wait anymore. We're going to get into our game, and it is a favorite for the boys. It is Boomers versus Zoomers. But before we do, forgot to do Bean Boozled. So while we get into that, pick up your beans and When you're ready, go for it. Oh man, I got something terrible. Oh,
Mine's pretty good.
what'd you get?
Just a regular jelly bean. Tastes like to me.
I got barf.
Mine's pretty bad.
You guys are taking it pretty well though. I got like dirty dishwater.
It's not good.
Got that chlorine taste to it. That is not good. Ugh. Anyway, let's get into boomers versus zoomers as I try and get this jelly bean out of there. Thank you, Adam, for getting me off of that. 'Cause my face is not good. But the rules of boomers versus zoomers. I'm going to give you 10 questions from a year that I chose, which is 2014. That was the last time Buckeye Central won a district championship. So 10 pop culture questions. Coach, I'm going to let you help him out on 2 of the questions. So if you need a challenge, flag, or anything like that, just say you need help from Coach. You get to do that twice, and he'll help you out. Just like for the girls, whoever has the most points by the end of winter season will get bragging rights. So let's get right into it. Question number 1, boys. This pop artist released her album 1989 with the hit song
Taylor
Shake It
Swift.
Off. He doesn't even need to know the song. That is right. 1 point. 1 for 1 so far. Now question number 2. This late night talk show host retired from The Late Show after 21 seasons and over 2,500 shows.
Retired?
Yeah, he retired in 2014. After.
Oh, well, I have no idea then.
Yeah. Do you guys want to use a...
Sure.
David Letterman.
You are right. That is David Letterman.
I know the name. Don't know them.
What do you think of his long beard? Like, after he retired from the show, he just grew that thing out like Santa Claus, didn't he?
I think all the years up on TV, he finally just said the heck with it.
And actually, I think they just had him back on last week. They did, yeah. All right, number 3. This top-rated TV show began in 2014. It was a comedy that included the characters Penny, Leonard, and Sheldon.
Oh, what? I know it.
Yeah, so do I.
The
Is it-
theme song when it all started with the
A Bang Theory.
Big Bang
Yeah,
Theory.
Big
Bang
Bang
Theory.
Theory.
It started with the Big Bang.
Yeah.
You guys are 3 for 3. What a way to start off.
Good look, Dev.
Well done. Now to a sports question. This team won the NCAA basketball championship in April of 14 as a 7 seed, defeating 8th seeded Kentucky.
Using it.
Yeah.
UCLA.
Wrong. UConn. If you weren't going to ask, I was going to give you this was this past year's champions as well.
Oh.
I think they were a low seed this year too.
Yeah.
I went like a 4 or 5, but yeah. All right, 3-4, still a good start for you guys. Question number 5. This was the second highest grossing movie of 2014, starring Katniss Everdeen. It
Oh,
was the
Hunger
third
Games.
of 4 movies. Name the full movie.
Oh.
The last 2 were the same name, so the third one of that series was what?
It's not Hunger Games 3.
It's Hunger Games. But what was the name of the actual? I'll give you a half point.
I don't know.
Girls, do you know what the third? Mockingjay. That's right. All right, give you a half point for it since you got Hunger Games down. So you are at 3.5 through 5 questions. Question number 6. This team won Super Bowl 58, defeating Denver after the game started on a safety. High snap.
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. High snap over Peyton Manning's head into the end zone. Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
I think that was 48, not 58, right?
58. 50 was back in 05. It was my Steelers one.
Oh. Wait, what?
What was the name of 48?
It was,
It was 48.
I
It
don't
was
think
48.
there's been 58 Super Bowls,
No,
has there?
it's 48. You're right.
I'm about to say.
I can't read the
That's
numerals
another point. That's another point.
Yeah, I should give you a half point. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a point. So you're at, you'll be at 5 out of 6 now.
There we go.
The rare mistake by the host. I got you. Yeah, you got to get me too. Number 7. The top-selling album was a movie soundtrack with the hit song "Let It Go."
Frozen.
Correct once again.
Come on, Devin.
All right. Question number 8. You got to get this within 20 cents. What was the average price for a gallon of gas in 2014?
You would know this more than I would.
Got to keep this within 20 cents.
$1.20.
I wish it was $1.20 back then. No, it was $3.67.
$1.20, Devin.
$1.20. That was back
7 years ago.
That was back in like 1998. I wish it was. I really wish it was that. I have some more money in my pocket right now, so unable to get that one. 2 questions remaining. You guys are at 6 of 8, which is still really good. Question number 9. This team defeated the Big Three Miami Heat in 5 games
Spurs.
for the NBA championship. That's correct. Final question. The 22nd Winter Olympic Games took place in February of 14 in which country?
Well, Rio was 2016, right?
Uh-huh.
So.
It's the winter one, remember?
Oh yeah. I don't know about anything about the Olympics.
No, and you already used coach.
Let me just throw a guess. Winter. Russia.
You got it. Sochi, Russia. Hail Mary out of nowhere. Hits it at the buzzer.
Dude, somebody beats you guys this year.
8 out of 10. Should have been 7.5, but I screwed up. So 8 out of 10 is very good. I think the winner of football finished with 8.5. So well done, boys. That was Boomers versus Zoomers. Let's get a couple more questions, easier questions for you guys. Start with you, Devin. What's your game day ritual? You
Listen to music.
just listen to music.
Shoot.
You get out of
Shoot
you get
a
out of
bunch.
school, just shoot.
I don't even go to school. I'm online school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I go to Pioneer.
Nice.
So, yep. Just shoot around, listen to music. That's my ritual.
Heath?
What are we talking, like after school? Or like
Yeah, it's school day, just like the girls. You get out of school, you have a couple hours before you gotta be in the locker room. What do you do?
So go home, eat something. Probably now take a nap because I get out early, but before I guess I would just go up there, maybe listen to a little bit of music, shoot around, stretch. That's about it.
Coach, what about you?
Always go home, get ready, take a shower, and then I just head to the game. I don't eat before. I've never wanted to eat before the games, and most generally talk to my dad on the way to the game. Just kind of get reinforced of what I'm thinking, or get questioned of what I'm thinking, you know. But that's about the only routine. Then just get to the school early, and then just get ready for the game. I mean, we've done all the prep work at that point. There isn't much that we're going to do from there except get ready for the game.
Okay. Boys, coming into this season, you know, who would you think personally, start with you, Devin, who would you think is your personal rival that you have to beat this season?
Probably Seneca East.
Seneca East? Heath?
Everybody.
I like that. Everybody. Coach, is it going to be game 1 against Plymouth, the old alma mater?
Yeah, you know, Coach Picklesheimer, grew up with him, coached for him, with him, and then obviously being my alma mater. But sure, but most of all, it's game 1. You know, we want to get off the season on the right foot here, and hopefully have some success.
I'll start with you on this final question, Coach. This team hasn't been over 500 since the 2015-16 season. Been close a couple times, but what will it take to break that streak this season?
Commitment and belief from the kids. You know, there is a way to play basketball. You know, I said it earlier. It's not reinventing the wheel. You have to compete. You have to compete every night to be successful in any sport, but especially basketball. And getting these guys acclimated to varsity level, like I said, he said, we got 5 of 7 guys that don't have varsity experience. So that's going to be the main thing, getting off the season in the right place.
Heath, what about you? What's the main thing it's going to take for this team to get over 500 and make a run maybe in a tournament this year?
Like Coach said, we have to believe, and we got to work hard. You know, we constantly have to be getting shots up, practicing as hard as we possibly can, and just doing the little things that nobody else wants to do, because when you're doing that, then you're getting ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Devin, I know this is full year 1 for you, but
Yeah.
what do you think it's going to take?
I think what he said, doing the little things and having confidence in yourself. You've got to have a lot of confidence in yourself.
All right, finally, we're going to go back to the Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion mailbox and get our final question for you guys. This one is for the boys. I'll start with you, Devin. If you could play professional basketball, which team would you want to play for and why?
Probably the Warriors.
Play with Steph.
Yeah, play with Steph.
Play with Steph. Not Draymond. You want to play Draymond too? Have an enforcer with you? Yeah.
He's, I don't know.
We'll keep it there. We'll keep it at there. Heath, what about you?
Obviously the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not sure.
That's the right
Devin's
answer, right?
head's at. But,
They got a young core. What do you think of them this year so far?
they can't shoot. They need shooters. So
So you fill in for them right there.
yeah.
Perfect. Coach, what about back in your playing days? You going to be playing with Bird, Magic, who?
Bird.
Bird.
The Celtics.
The
The
Lakers,
Celtics.
the Celtics, yeah.
The Celtics were my team, but there was no doubt who I would want to play for.
All right, well, that'll do it. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Best of luck this season. We'll sure be rooting for you guys. But that'll do it for the first edition of the winter edition of Season 1 of the Coach's Corner, brought to you by all of our sponsors, including Pizza Hut of Galion and Bucyrus. I want to thank them. I want to thank WBCO, WQEL, Crawford County Now, as well as us at the OH.Report. Folks, have a good night and enjoy the first full weekend of high school basketball.